Welcome to Smiley Toon TV, the place where creativity meets joy. We explore fascinating ideas, ignite your imagination, and spark positive thinking, all with a smile. Ready to embark on a fun journey of discovery? Let's get started and fill your mind with happiness and inspiration. One breath away. How mindfulness meditation changed my life. In a small town nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a boy named Leo. Leo was like many other boys his age, filled with dreams and a sense of wonder about the world. But beneath the surface, he battled a formidable foe, anxiety. It crept into his mind like a shadow, turning ordinary moments into sources of dread. The mere thought of speaking in front of his class would send his heart racing, and social gatherings felt like navigating a minefield. He often felt as though he were trapped in a whirlwind, unable to find his footing. Leo's parents, concerned for his well-being, tried various approaches to help him cope. They enrolled him in sports, encouraged him to join clubs, and even sought the advice of a counselor. While these efforts provided temporary relief, the anxiety always returned, more relentless than before. It wasn't until Leo stumbled upon a small flyer at school that his life began to change. A flyer advertising a mindfulness meditation workshop. The words calm, focus, and breathe caught his attention. He didn't know much about meditation, but he felt a flicker of hope igniting within him. With a mix of trepidation and curiosity, Leo signed up for the workshop. On the day of the first session, he entered a sunlit room filled with soft cushions and the faint scent of lavender. The instructor, a gentlewoman with a warm smile, welcomed the group and began to explain the concept of mindfulness. She spoke of the power of the breath, how it could anchor the mind and soothe the heart. Leo listened intently, his heart racing not from anxiety, but from a budding sense of possibility. As the session began, Leo closed his eyes and followed the instructor's guidance. He focused on his breath, inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly. At first, his mind was a cacophony of thoughts, worries about school, fears of judgment, and an overwhelming sense of inadequacy. But as he continued to breathe, he began to notice something remarkable. He could observe these thoughts without letting them control him. They were like clouds passing through the sky, and he was the sky itself, vast and unchanging. This realization was a revelation. After the workshop, Leo committed to practicing mindfulness meditation daily. Each morning, he would sit cross-legged on his bedroom floor, the sunlight streaming through the window, and dedicate a few moments to his breath. With each inhale, he imagined drawing in strength and calm, and with each exhale, he released tension and fear. Over time, this practice became a sanctuary for him, a safe space where he could retreat from the chaos of his mind. As weeks turned into months, Leo began to notice profound changes in his life. The anxiety that once loomed over him like a dark cloud started to dissipate. He found himself participating more in class discussions, his voice growing steadier with each passing day. The dread of social gatherings transformed into a sense of excitement as he learned to engage with others without the weight of judgment pressing down on him. He discovered that he could navigate his emotions, riding the waves of anxiety rather than being swept away by them. One day, during a particularly challenging math class, Leo felt the familiar grip of anxiety tightening around his chest. The teacher had called on him to solve a problem on the board, and panic surged through him. But instead of succumbing to the fear, he took a moment to breathe. He inhaled deeply, filling his lungs with air, and exhaled slowly, envisioning the tension leaving his body. The room around him faded, and he focused solely on his breath. When he opened his eyes, he felt a sense of clarity wash over him. He approached the board with newfound confidence and solved the problem, much to the surprise of his classmates. In that moment, Leo realized that he wasn't just a boy battling anxiety. He was a boy learning to embrace his strengths. As the seasons changed, so did Leo. He became more involved in his community, volunteering at local events, and even starting a mindfulness club at school to share the lessons he had learned. He wanted others to experience the transformative power of breath, just as he had. The club quickly grew, attracting students from all walks of life, each with their own struggles and stories. Leo became a beacon of hope for many, guiding them through meditation sessions and encouraging them to find their own paths to mindfulness. His journey wasn't without challenges. There were days when anxiety would still creep back in, whispering doubts and fears. But Leo had learned that these moments were part of the ebb and flow of life. He embraced them, reminding himself that he was just one breath away from regaining his peace. Each time he faced his anxiety, he would return to his breath, grounding himself in the present moment. This practice became not just a tool for managing anxiety, but a way of life. As Leo grew older, he carried the lessons of mindfulness with him. He navigated high school with confidence, pursuing his passions and forming meaningful relationships. The boy who once felt trapped in a whirlwind became a young man who embraced the beauty of life's uncertainties. He learned that, while the world could be overwhelming, he had the power to find stillness within himself. Years later, as Leo stood at the edge of a serene lake, he reflected on his journey. The water mirrored the sky, calm and clear, much like the mind he had cultivated through years of practice. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of the sun on his face. In that moment, he understood the profound truth he had discovered. That breath was not just a means of survival, but a bridge to peace, a tool for navigating the complexities of life. Leo's story became one of resilience and transformation, a testament to the power of mindfulness meditation. He had learned that while anxiety might always be a part of him, it no longer defined him. He was a boy who had found his way through the storms, one breath at a time. Thanks for tuning in to Smiley Toon TV. If you enjoyed today's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep the smiles coming. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this adventure going together. Stay positive, keep smiling, and let your mind wander.